Well, in a special interview, KMT Honorary Chairman Wu Bo-Hsiung has told CCTV News why he believes that cross-strait ties are the best they've been in recent years.
Chairman Wu, we know this is the third time you're here in Xi'an, the ancient capital, but this is the first time you're attending this memorial ceremony. Tell us, what did you feel? What were the moments that struck you?
Everyone will be moved when facing our forefather, Wang Di. During the annual ceremony, it's our culture to seek our roots and remember our ancestors. So respect for Wang Di is something people across the strait share. April 5th has been the National Tomb Sweeping Day in Taiwan for the past 60 years. At this time, every year, people in Taiwan pay their respects to our ancestors from the Chinese mainland. Due to my position, I have been the host of the event for 8 years. But during that time, I was paying respect from a distance away. Today, standing right in front of our ancestors, my feelings are different. The feeling of a strong Chinese national identity is strong in my heart.
But you know, Chairman Wu, some people say this ceremony is largely ceremonial. Do you agree? And if so, how do you think we can strike a balance between style and substance so that ancient cultural icons such as the Yellow Emperor can be a uniting power for all Chinese on both sides of the Taiwan Strait?
The ceremony itself is a formality, but it arises one's national identity spontaneously. People emphasize the fact that we are all Chinese descendants. Though spread all over the world, the feeling of the Chinese ethnic spirit is hard to kill.
We know next year can be a crucial year for cross-strait relations. Here in Beijing, we have the 18th Congress of the Communist Party of China, which may see the next generation leadership. And also in Taiwan, you have the leadership election. How do you conceive cross-strait relations to go in the next 5 years?
Cross-strait relations have evolved from hostility to peaceful development and cooperation with constant cultural exchanges to bridge the psychological gap between people from both sides of the strait. This is a step in the right direction. If economic cooperation goes hand in hand, then cultural exchanges are heart-to-heart communication. Both are important. We should accumulate mutual trust and goodwill so as to build up the momentum for peaceful development. Of course, historical issues are hard to avoid. But both sides should put aside the differences and focus on the common points. When the common outweigh the differences, then it would be easier to get rid of all the disputed issues once and for all.
Like you said, Chairman, now the two sides can talk about culture, they can talk about trade and also economic cooperation, but many are questioning when will it be time for political discussion? I mean, eventually, do we keep the status quo, or will there be attempts to talk about the possibility of a reunion of any sort?
As I said, both sides have to set aside the differences and seek common grounds. Only when the similarities outweigh the differences can we get rid of the latter. The mainstream in Taiwan still wants to keep the current status quo, so both sides should be cautious when touching upon the disputed issue. We should enhance cultural and economic exchanges to cultivate an environment where political issues will be negotiated with the utmost sincerity.